All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am John. In today's video, it's going to be a short one, but a goodie. We're going to be talking about contractors' bids and what should be included in all of your contractors' bids. We know before we break ground on a project, we have to first get bids and drop a budget and scopes of work. But all of that first is going to come from the actual cost of the labor and the materials. So I jotted down a few things. Some of them you may know, some of them you may, oh, okay, that's a good thing. I'll make sure that I'm including that or having my contractor send that over when he send over his bid. So the first one, I took a couple notes, but it works really well for us. I work with the real estate agency here in St. Louis, Missouri. So we have anywhere from about 2 to 5 renovations that I'm managing every month. So I get a lot of bids from different contractors. And then of course, as we start to work with more of the same contractors, we build a stronger relationship. So some of the things I may know before they even send it over, but it's still a good habit to have them send it over in writing. But the first thing is going to be that projected completion timeline. That's very important because we want to be able to put it on our calendar for how long this project should take place. That way every week when we're out doing our audits on the renovations that's going on, so every Friday we have scheduled property visits, and then we have little contractor pop-ups throughout the week. However, every Friday we'll mark what's done, what's in progress, what's next. We may call the contractor up and just see, hey, how are we looking on this project? We use a system to where we can take notes and take pictures while we're there in the property, and then text that right over in the form of a checklist to our contractors. So that's going to be one, that projected completion timeline. And with that timeline, we want to know what days you will be on site as well as what days you will be off site. And some of this will bleed more into if they get the job, but what days you will be on site, what days you won't be on site. What we don't want is, especially if we had a client with us, is to come over to the property and there's no activity going on and we didn't have any reason to why. So it's only so many times that we can say that maybe they took a lunch break or something like that. But on the flip side, you may have some guys, we had contractors that like to work in the evening time, in the nighttime, which we're not the best fan of, because oftentimes it means that they're working other jobs in the day and then they're coming to yours at the very end. And sometimes the guys are dead tired and it's like they're working on your project while they're dead tired. It's not the best combo. But yeah, we need that timeline. We need to know what days you won't be there, what days you will be there. You got some guys that don't work on Sundays, some guys that don't work on holidays. So just disclose all of that up front. That way we can know the activity that's going to be going on over at the property. So our next one is going to be, we always want a written bid as opposed to a verbal. With the verbals, it's happened to me, it will eventually happen to you, is that things change. They said that they didn't say that they were going to do that, or they never made that commitment, or they were just making a suggestion to you or whatever. It's a very, very good practice to make sure you get everything in writing because we all develop amnesia at points throughout the process, but if it's written down, it's really no way to contest it. It's something that was written, all parties agreed to it, so it should be carried out. Next is going to be the acceptable forms of payment, especially with all of the Cash App, Venmo rules that are coming down from the current administration that we have now. We may have to shift the way that we're paying contractors. Are they a cash only type contractor? We experience that sometime when we may get handymen or whatnot. Or us older guys who may not have a lot of the digital platforms that they can accept payment. They're just used to cash or a check. You need to know that. What we like to do now is a lot of the wire transfers, or else if they have their own payment processor, that's our preferred, to where we can just click on there, type in our information and make the payment. But we'll also do the wires as well. And Cash App, items like that, it's sort of on the back burner. That's a last resort. We're really trying to move away from paying contractors that way. Next is going to be you want your contractors to itemize out that bid as much as possible. So we don't want to just see a laundry list of tasks that need to be done and then $10,000 at the bottom. We would like to see it broken up. Hey, how much is the flooring? How much is the labor? Are you $1.25 a square foot, $1.50 a square foot, $1.75 a square foot? For if you're gonna get the materials, how much am I paying for the materials? How much are we paying for these cabinets? What about the paint job? How much am I paying for the paint job? To hang the 6-panel doors, okay, $50 per door, okay. I can start to wrap my head around what I'm actually paying for, as opposed to just coughing up some large sum of money. So try to get your guys to itemize it out as much as possible. You may not always be able to get a line by line item for them, but you may be able to get them to group up some of those tasks. Hey, for the electrical, it's going to be this amount. For the plumbing, it's going to be this amount. For the flooring, it's going to be this amount. So I would recommend you to get an itemized bid whenever possible. And lastly, you want that bid to specify if it's labor only or else if it's labor and materials. So we've also had that happen a couple times when we thought that we were dealing with the final number that included materials, but then they let us know that, hey, that was only labor. I thought you guys are going to have the materials here waiting for us. So, our learning lessons, hopefully you pick up on it now, and then you'll be prepared. That way you don't ever have to experience that. So as I mentioned, it was a quickie, just a few things, simple video. Make sure you're getting these in your bids when you're talking to your contractors and they're walking your property. If you did like the information, please don't forget to like and subscribe. My goal is to have one video every week. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.